Ready for some fresh disappointment, guys? Are you ready for this shit? You ready to hear some more of EA's lies this year?
Are we all going to be disappointed, alright?
If they don't come out with an apology.
Have you got shitty garden chairs for everybody?
Oh shit, son! What a shot!
Beautiful.
Alright.
That was Battlefield, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They're not showing us more Sims after you've just shown us.
I really got it.
It upsets me that I have Star Wars.
Oh no, tell me about it. I think it upsets everybody.
Like, it could be so much better.
Just let BioWare take all the
The thing is, we can't have any more Star Wars from BioWare once EA lose it, which means no Knights of the Old Republic.
Literally.
So.
She's Anthem then. That's really clever how they've done that.
That is. It's not.
It's like, how are they seeing it? they're just seeing it really shitly though.
Maybe they've got really glasses on. Maybe
oh my gosh, how cool is that? So that
they didn't see it like that though.
We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. But welcome everybody to EA Play. I'm Andrea Renee, and while you might recognize me from the gaming community, I'm kind of a new face around here. So this year, EA wanted to change things up because they know that I'm both a gamer and a fan. So they invited me to come and host the show. And I think this year is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. I hope you're ready because we're about to kick the press conference off.
Oh, yeah, cool. Oh yeah, they do war stories. Again. That was the best bit about the last one.
Wow, that was great. I really enjoyed
That's it, guys. Bye.
Right, it's time to kick this thing off. It's been 2 weeks since the reveal of Battlefield 5. And you know what? It's been exciting. There's been a lot of speculation and so many brilliant remixes of a reveal trailer. But there's also been lots and lots of questions from the community. And we've heard you want to see more gameplay innovation. You want to know how customization actually works. You want to know more about our take on the Second World War. So today, we'll show you more gameplay and why this is the deepest and most immersive Battlefield yet.
It certainly is.
VR mode.
You will be able to dive and smash through windows.
Surprise I'll play the shit out of that.
Where previously defenses were stationary, you will now be able to move these weapons around on the battlefield and gain advantage.
Jerry, you're driving
use the gun while
and we're putting Kate on the back of the tank.
Me and Jamie in Hardline, we used to clean up because I drive the car and he would shoot. We'd go around in a circle just cleaning up. So if we got one of those,
as they rip through those buildings. And you will now be able to customize your soldiers, your vehicles, and your weapons, not only for the gameplay, but for the looks, as part of our portrayal of the Second World War.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg in Battlefield 5. You're going to see a lot more of our new gameplay systems here at EA Play from our community. So let's talk about our single player in War Stories.
Yay!
Let's do that.
What I'm buying
so we want to tell you about those untold stories that got us excited to start with on this game. It's about what you will see is really those moments of human heroism. It is about witnessing the war through the eyes of the men and the women who shaped the world forever. Real and relatable people facing the brutality of war. We started off by an exclusive look at the Nordlys war story over at the Xbox briefing tomorrow.
Thanks, Lasse. Something not to miss tomorrow. So, our launch in October is just the beginning. You will all go on an expanding journey through the Second World War. No loot boxes, no premium pass.
No loot boxes.
Bring something new.
Biggest clap ever in
this
this podcast.
Part of that journey, after launch, you'll get something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
Battle Royale mode.
It's Royale.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. ridiculous.
We all knew it was happening.
Stupid. Oh, just stop going.
Well, it can't be worse than PUBG. It's
Reimagined for
Here we go.
Battlefield. So we bring those pillars of Battlefield with destruction, team play, vehicles into this new experience. So we will bring you experience that you haven't played before in Battlefield or anywhere else. But more about that later this year.
So with that, time to show
guys,
you
not even
what
time
In
makes
other words,
about it.
we've just decided to do it, so it won't be ready for another year.
We saw everyone complaining that you weren't doing it.
And this time, it's even more epic, fighting across multiple maps and modes. Welcome to your next Battlefield experience, and this is your first look at ground operations. And this time, even featuring music.
Is that gonna do anything?
I just can't deal with all these battle royale.
It's alright, it might be good. Yeah, but this will be like...
But this is a proper AAA battle royale, so it might actually be decent.
Yeah,
No.
that's what we want now. Fuck off PUBG and Fortnite, because the AAA people are coming to town.
Oh, that was actually in engine. Fucking hell. Okay.
This is all in engine.
That bit is. I don't think the other bit is.
What's going on with EA? And I was like, you'll never ever guess what Battlefield has. Battlefield 5 has, and it's like battle royale. I was like, oh my god, how did you guess?
How was he climbing in that window? Did he just like climb up the building?
That was very Battlefield.
Oh, Jamie. The tune's coming in.
Huh?
the classic Battlefield tune's coming in. Slowly. That'll be you, Jamie. Actually, you won't crash.
Captain America didn't die for this.
They're not even doing the dun. Come on.
Let your hand up.
Yeah.
Is that all you were asking for?
This is war stories, isn't it?
Ikke en dråpe. Jeg elsker deg.
Zeus!
Getting fucked. Oh.
For a lot of Xbox, yeah?
It's because Call of Duty's on PS4, isn't it? They've got the PS4 deal on it.
Sure.
Was that an exclusive war story on Xbox, or was it timed?
No, it was
Is this an exclusive war story?
No, it's just a war story they're just showing at the Xbox conference.
It's FIFA, so I don't care.
Oh my god, look at the grass moving! Ah!
That looks shit.
Doesn't look great, does it?
Huh?
Doesn't look great, does it?
Yeah, it looks shit.
I'll probably end up getting this one because I get
Bits of grass are moving and its feet weren't even touching.
What you won't notice that when you're playing it though, because it's like so far out. Like, what's the point of showing the close-ups? This isn't in game anyway. They actually got the Champions League because they don't actually have the license for that. I'm pretty sure it's playing the Champions song. At least they're getting sports out of the way. Are they actually doing?
Now, what about the other thing? The other thing that's not football? Is it like
Pets.
American football or
Oh,
something?
man.
I don't know, yeah, that one.
That's mean. Pussy won't be there.
Yeah. Oh my god, there's a new football player out.
Pele, should we
Is
guess?
it a fit footballer?
David Beckham.
I'm not even gonna have my headphones on.
Protest. They've had, no, that's it. They've got the license for the Champions League in this one now. That's probably what it is.
Is that legit what it is?
Yeah, because they've never had that because it's always
Okay.
been on Pro Evo.
That's the UEFA Champions League. The pinnacle.
I like the way you come out and said that for like all the people
where the
who
world's
don't know.
best clubs compete.
In other FIFA modes,
Icons
it's
of
literally
the
just been
game
called
like
the
Gerrard
Champions Cup
and
because they
Cruyff
haven't got the
cemented their
license to
legacy.
do that.
What is this
The
now?
world's biggest league
FIFA.
joins the world's
No,
game.
what's the license for?
They've got the license for the
And a
Champions
special
League stuff
thanks to the legendary Hans
because they
Zimmer
used to have to call it
and
Champions
LA's
Cup.
own Vince
Is that
Staples for
sarcasm?
collaborating with us on
No,
the trailer.
Jake's asking me what's going on.
And I
so
really
I'm
love the
giving him
trailer
like an
because it
update.
captures our epic vision
Okay, it's the OMG side.
for how the Champions
Yeah.
League comes to life.
I'm sorry, I didn't realise you would accent.
As Aaron
It's
said,
big
the
for football
UEFA
fans.
Champions League is an amazing addition for the game.
Like shook.
It's where football's biggest heroes like Ronaldo and Neymar clash every year. And it's the
I wanna get
place
this
where
one then.
champions rise. And you've been asking for this for a long time.
Do you know who won't be in this? Do you know who won't be in this mode? Villa?
As you know, the heart and soul of FIFA is gameplay.
Make
And this
FIFA
year
a
we're
live
giving
game.
you the tools to control the pitch in every moment, from your tactical approach to the match to each technical touch. And we know how passionate
I think
you are
I'd rather
about
play that
gameplay,
game.
so we've worked hard to shape
FIFA
and
Garden
refine
Warfare.
our vision for FIFA 19 with input from our community. From hands-on tests with beginners to detailed feedback sessions.
That guy's on his phone because he don't give a shit.
And we're going to learn a lot more about gameplay throughout the summer, but what I can tell you right now is that the quality bar in gameplay was raised yet again this year. So we look forward to
I'll
everybody
probably end up buying this one because I skipped last
experiencing the
year's.
game
Because I always do it every
hands-on
year
sessions.
because they never really
And
make
also,
much of a
course, we're
league.
extremely excited
gosh, you can see
for
the blades of
everybody
grass
to
and
play
walk.
the game on September 20th.
I probably will get it on my Xbox.
Oh my god.
So I can play it in 4K.
Stop
By
everyone.
the UEFA Champions League. But I just wanted to take a minute to pause and reflect.
I remember when they
Standing
announced
next
the
to
new
this
animation
trophy
for the
is a little
crowd,
bit
and we was at Jake's house, and this one was like,
You know,
"Oh my
growing
god,
up,
look at this!" And me and Jack were
There's
looking at
two
each other
iconic
like,
trophies that
"What?"
every young player dreams of winning. And for your club, it's this one.
With FIFA 18 players, which is why
I thought they'd
we've
finally
just
skip the
updated
sports
the
section,
game
but
with a
nah,
free
I
World Cup
have too much
experience
faith.
on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PS, PC, and Nintendo Switch.
Woo!
But you
Gonna
can
get
take
my Switch
Ronaldo
nuts.
and Portugal to their first World Cup victory. Or you can write your own story with some great nations who didn't qualify this year. Or you can make a crazy dream a reality for your home country.
Make a crazy dream a reality and get England to win it.
Who would have thought that a nation of only 350,000
Oh, you know what? They're
would
going to
ever
pull off the
qualify?
whole fact that they put the Iceland chant in
And you
it.
can feel
Yep.
their excitement.
There you go.
This is literally like, if only I needed to pee now, because this would have been the perfect time to go.
Apologies to any England fans in the room, that might still sting.
Yep.
Mate, don't.
And Lena isn't the only one who's...
Play for free if you play for the Origin Access, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to try it. Just to see if
Good
it's really
morning.
free. Oh, this guy again.
EA Sports, FIFA 19. You know, the FIFA
yeah.
community never rests. 20 million people from 60 countries playing in competitive leagues this year. Well,
Eyebrows,
the
Kate's
FIFA
eyebrows
team
again.
never rests either, bringing the Champions League and the World Cup
They are
and
some
so
of their
much other
eyebrows.
greatness to FIFA this year. We can't wait
The
for you
shape
to
of a
experience it
man's
all. We've got so much to do here
Sick
today,
eyebrows.
but I want to
Right,
welcome
me and
you
Jamie here for the
to EA
games.
Play.
Kate's
Our
here for the
third EA
eyebrows.
Play
Yeah.
and our second one in
What's that eyebrow
Hollywood,
thing, Elsie?
and we couldn't be more excited to have you with us to share all the games that we have to show you. We've got lots to do, but before we move on, I'd like to share just a couple of things. The greatest disruption to the consumption of entertainment media in the last 5 years is the combination of streaming plus subscription. As consumers, watching movies, watching TV, listening to music, reading books has never been easier. And we believe that disruption is going to have a profound impact on our industry in the next few years. And so over the last couple of weeks, we've seen that we announced a new team from Israel has joined Electronic Arts to help our investment to extend our thinking and extend our pioneering into this cloud gaming world.
Oh, that's how it's going then.
For
No
many
more
people,
consoles.
that's going to mean extending the
Netflix series for
experiences they
games.
already play on our partner platforms.
It's literally
For
going to
others, it's going to mean
Because
new
Ubisoft said
games
the
and new
same.
modalities of play
it's gonna be Ubisoft
across
EA,
a
you're
whole
gonna pay
variety
separately.
of platforms. But for everyone, it's going to mean playing games anywhere, anytime. Thank you and have a great show.
Thanks, bro.
See you, Jared. Might be actual good for you, considering
I don't buy a lot of EA games though.
it's like it's not just EA apparently. Look at that. That's not EA.
They can't show fucking Andromeda. They fucking dropped it.
They're turning
Still
back
there.
on it, they don't, they're just...
Still there are things in it. Why are they showing Batman though? That really confuses me because that's not even their game. Might be worth it for you, Jeremy, on PC. So if it's cheaper than buying 50 quid on each game each year, and if they get it day in day out for the new ones.
If they made it cross-platform like it is on Xbox, it would be.
What's up? So I'm here
Otherwise,
sitting
it's,
inside the crowd at EA Play, I just happened to find Mr. Vince Zampella here in the audience from Respawn. What's going on, Vince? How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I love this stuff. I love seeing new games.
I mean, someone's super excited about that event on PC, right? Yeah.
She hates PC.
You guys may have seen that
she legit hates PC as well.
Tweeting yesterday, and there has been a bunch of speculation. So, you want to just get right to it?
Sure. I mean, we're not ready to show all of our stuff yet. We're working on a bunch of stuff. It's amazing. The teams are kicking ass. But we wanted to bring a little tidbit. So we've been working with Lucas on getting the name and kind of the setting for what our Star Wars game is going to be, and we're going to talk about it right now.
Oh, you guys got any guesses? I bet you the internet is going wild right now.
I hope so. So the Star Wars name is Jedi Fallen Order.
Whoa!
The Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
So set between 3 and 4, yeah?
It's just an idea that you'll be playing a Jedi.
No shit.
So does that mean I get to like hold a lightsaber?
No. No. Of course it does, silly woman.
So Vince, you got anything else?
Well, it takes place during the Dark Times. Trying to be a little vague here, but when the Jedis are being hunted, so.
So you lose, yeah?
Spectacular.
For all the hardcore nerds out there who want to know like where in the timeline, like between which episodes is it?
Between 3 and 4.
Okay. All right. Between 3 and 4. That sounds like a nice time. You got any other tidbits? No?
It's not a nice.
It's a dark time.
It's a dark time.
Bad time. Does that mean this could just be all dark and serious?
It's amazing.
All right. So I think people are now anxiously want to know, like, when can we play the game?
It will be holiday of next year, 2019, not this year.
Sorry to dash any hopes.
No.
But now that we know, we can set expectations. We're all going to be amped up, and hopefully we'll hear more from you maybe next year.
Oh yeah.
Well, Vince, it was great to see you. Thanks for stopping by the show today. We do have a little bit more news on Star Wars, so I'm going to toss it over to Dennis.
This is bad. Do you know what? I want to see what they say about this. He's got how to do a really good job.
My name is Dennis.
Hello there.
He looks really hot. So you've been smoking
I'm
before
really
you came
happy and excited to be here today. So thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Yeah, he's scared to go out.
So we launched our game in November of last year, and clearly we didn't get it quite right.
Mate, that's a
statement. Coming out of the
statement.
gate sprinting like we really wanted to, we had to take a step back and make sure that we were delivering the game that our players
I haven't heard the word I'm sorry,
so we decided to completely overhaul our progression system and add a bunch of new character cosmetics for players to collect instead. So from there, we added a new hunt mode inspired by the original Battlefront games that I loved personally, starting with the Ewoks on Endor.
Oh, I hope people see Ewoks.
Why does that look horrifying?
Because it's meant to be, because it's scary for them.
It turned out to be by far the most popular update of the game, and the team loved building Ewok Hunt. So, as you might know, we're currently in our Han Solo season with content from the movie coming next week. It's headlined by the new planet Kessel, a really dangerous place, and it features the return of one of our favorite modes, Extraction. So looking forward a little bit, this summer we will be introducing a new squad system to the game, which will allow you to team up much easier and play with your friends.
Alright, so then.
We're also adding a new starfighter mode.
So you mean you're putting squads in the game, yeah?
With your hero ships.
Which is what we all wanted from the start.
And looking ahead a little bit more, we will also be delivering a new large-scale multiplayer sandbox experience focused around capturing command posts and attacking and taking out capital ships.
Oh no,
but that's not all.
That's pretty
we know that you have been asking for new heroes, villains, and planets from a certain era that features a very iconic Star Wars conflict.
I'm
excited to confirm that Battlefront 2 this year will be going deep into the Clone Wars.
Yes! Boom! Yeah, boy, that's the best thing they've said about this whole game.
It's only fitting that we begin on the planet Geonosis, featuring multiple levels, including the largest level we have ever built for Battlefront. So let's talk about the heroes and villains. First, let me introduce the most powerful droid, the leader of the most powerful droid army in the galaxy, General Grievous.
He's not the most powerful droid. HK-47 fucking up.
My own personal favorite, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes!
Yeah, boy. That's my husband.
Finally making his debut in Battlefront after all these years. So, but we're not done. That's not it. They will not come alone. Joining them is the Dark Lord and leader of the Separatist Alliance, Count Dooku, as well as someone to bring balance to the Force, Obi-Wan's unruly Padawan, Anakin Skywalker.
We're going to have Anakin versus Darth Vader at some point.
You will. The way they do it.
Home is extremely excited to be building all of these cool things. EA and DICE are committed to Battlefront. We had a rough start, but I really think that this game has a bright future. Thank you very much for playing the game, providing us with your feedback, talking to us.
Coming out like this and saying
we will make this the greatest
game
they
haven't actually said I'm sorry.
There will be no Battlefront
they said they fucked up though.
So thank you.
It was DICE that fucked up. And then making DICE apologise for him.
Oh well, as long as they all get together, it's all good.
It's one of the indies now.
Maybe we'll find out, won't we? You watch
Sort of. Chris, they said this like 2 hours ago. We knew this was coming.
Yarny's returning! Oh my god. I love that game.
This is all over Facebook, so...
Why didn't you tell me?
You weren't here!
I don't know what this is.
Yeah, it's Unravel, that's
Unravel
Yarny.
2, probably.
I've never played it.
Oh, Yarny's cool, man.
Yarny's fucking sick. This was a really good indie game.
What's keeping it going?
Those, I'm liking those water graphics.
Oh, the graphics in this were beautiful originally. Obviously, when you do that an hour later, it looked beautiful. I might finish this game, so I ain't finished it. I got to like the last level and was like... Oh, is the awkward guys coming out again?
Hi, it's really good to see you. In Unravel, we used yarn to symbolize love and the bonds between people. In our new game, we tear that bond up right at the start. You lose everything, including your spark. But when things are at their darkest, you find hope. And you form a new bond.
What?
And your spark
oh my god!
is rekindled.
Oh my god, co-op.
And it leads you off on an adventure.
Oh no.
So welcome to Unravel 2.
Oh, that's a good word. That's cute.
Oh, that's really cute.
It's a game about fresh starts and second chances.
Symbolize here,
yeah. To give up and to build something new and beautiful together. And the whole game is inspired by that spirit of optimism and togetherness. You see, it's all made to be played with 2 characters. You can play it alone, or you can play it in co-op with a friend. But there's always 2 characters there, sharing one yarn and working together to get through this adventure.
Oh, that's so cute.
This game, it's quite different from the first. It's both friendlier and more challenging, but overall, it's a lot more playful.
Oh,
and we think it's a worthy successor.
Yeah.
And I want to show it to you now, so I brought some help. So please welcome Michael.
So it's coming out just as Yarny.
That's honestly what I thought it was going to be. I got really excited then. Look at that HP sponsorship.
And we're going to try to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about how you can play the game in co-op with yourself, essentially.
This could go terribly wrong. I hate when they bring out players played on like to play the actual game.
So this wasn't prepared. There we are.
Oh,
so when you're playing it by yourself, you can essentially pick up the other character and carry them along through the more fast-paced segments of the game.
Oh my god, Johnny, what's going on?
And we actually tried to include a bit more of those because we figured that since it's a co-op game, we wanted to have more like, and danger and kind of wow moments. places that were like.
This guy's like, I can't fuck up. I'm
Terry,
now.
you wowed and Terry.
And then
it's
when
good
you
that
get
EA
to
actually
the more
funding stuff
puzzly
like
areas like this, when
Oh
you're
my God,
problem
it's there
solving,
again.
you can split apart into two and switch
That's
back
cool.
and forth between the two characters.
Why doesn't that
Because
just grab the middle of
that's
that
how
yarn?
we've essentially designed all the problems and puzzles of the
turning
game.
against
that
Yarny.
You're always
You're gonna fuck up
working
this bird.
together and helping each other out and utilizing this bond between you to overcome any obstacle that you come across.
Nice. Get a
So I guess I'll jump in this.
So I'm gonna be the red one.
Okay.
You'll be the blue one.
I'll be
Oh, he's
blue.
coming in now. It's my turn on the Xbox.
A little celebratory flip there.
This has been the best part of the AI's conference.
Anyhow,
This is the
actually,
only bit I've actually paid attention
I
to.
didn't see
I've
this.
never played this.
I didn't see this coming.
Oh, the first one's good, you know.
Playing it safely now.
I forget I did. To be honest.
Oops. I'll swing. All right.
They're cute. They're cute.
Fucking hell.
Nice.
You almost
I'll
got
catch you.
yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
See, okay, when we do this, it's not
Swing
going to go
now?
down.
Okay.
No,
This
it's
is
not
it.
gonna be that. They've rehearsed this like 12
Yeah,
times. They've done like speed runs of it.
Oh.
It's pre-recorded gameplay.
And just making it look like the play.
Got it.
That's happened before, you know.
Oh my god,
Oh,
it's
very
so shit. That bird is like.
You know what though? Do you know what this is? I haven't. It's not. It's none of this. I've got your 6 and all that shit that you get when they're showing real
Well
gameplay demos. It's actually them how it would be if you played it in real life.
I want to know what the blue one's
Okay,
called.
I'll go up and distract the grass.
Barney.
You can. I'll sneak up here.
Will they?
It's got, yeah, maybe. Look at its waving its little hand, that's so cute.
Okay, your turn.
Yeah. Look at me.
There you go. Keep him over to the left. Now I'll go.
The guy's like, do you jab, Yarny?
All right.
You confused the fuck out of him.
I'll pull you up.
There you go.
Oh my god, this is amazing. This is the thing I'm most hyped for now. Over Battlefield 5.
They didn't really show us much about Battlefield 5. You know what I'll do at the
Now we
end?
can breathe again.
It's tomorrow. We'll see it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Xbox One probably.
Oh my god, it fell.
Can you kill it? Strangle it.
He's strangling
You're
his
strangling
yarn,
it, yeah.
like Hitman.
Quick little look at
That's cool.
Unravel 2.
Mate,
and,
what's the blue one called? These are the important questions.
Yeah, I really hope you like it.
Oh,
And
stop being so cute.
before I go, I just want to send some love to the team back home because
Oh.
working on this game has been a completely amazing team effort on so many levels, and everybody has worked so hard. So there's a bunch of us from Coldwood here, and thank you to those, and thank you to everybody back home, and thank you. Love you.
Oh, he's so cute. Oh.
Who's waving?
No, I was just making hand movements. Oh no! What's happening to Yarny? Oh look.
It was just a trailer.
Oh look. This is adorable. This is a better love story than Twilight.
It's not hard.
Oh my god. This is emotional.
Next one is going to split up and they're going to call it No Strings Attached.
It's gonna have kids and you're gonna have to like pay alimony and shit. You're gonna have to give a bit of string and alimony every level.
What's the next thing going to do to Yarn? Burn it, I suppose, maybe.
Oh my god, did you see him happy when they made it over? Oh my god.
It just floats off. You know what, the graphics are actually good on this.
Cool.
How are they not on fire?
The rolling across it so that the moving over the time.
Stop
Okay,
dropping
that is
around.
why it's getting a lot more complicated. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. It's not just a...
Gandalf came. I'm going on the website right now because I want to know what the
Thank you, Martin, and the brilliant team at Coldwood. The game
Do you
is
reckon
really
the guy who
fun.
made a way out has got
These
any
guys
good?
have done an amazing job, and it's clear
That's
that they
bang,
have a
really
lot
good,
of
though.
passion.
I know we're going to play
and I
some.
can't personally wait to play Unravel 2 with my kids.
Play
But what's
it.
even more amazing is that we will make Unravel 2 available to everyone today. Yep, you heard that right. You'll be able to take these two Yarnies on their next big adventure starting today.
that's
The
cheap,
game is
so they're not
finished,
even-
it's out.
Mental!
So thank you, Martin, and thank you to the team at Coldwood. Back in 2015, we started on this journey with the original Unravel to seek out the most creative, independent developers and bring them into our EA Originals program. It's been our way of helping these creators bring their unique games to the world and to tell their stories. And last year, if you remember, Joseph Fares was up here on stage representing his team at Eastlight and The Way Out. And I think we all kind of remember that. And you might even remember...
Is that when he got smashed off his face?
Well, I think I did. Anyhow, in March, that game caught fire. It's innovative, it's fun, and it's something fresh and new, and you all loved it. We saw over 2 million players in the first 2 weeks. And A Way Out is such a huge success that Joseph and his team are expanding and moving into a new studio.
Oh.
So stories like this drive our industry, and it's why we will continue to work with independent developers to help them realize their dreams. Which leads us to our next EA Originals title, from a little game studio in Berlin called Joe My Games. When I met this team and I saw the game, I was instantly drawn to how personal this story was. It's one that carries a very powerful and important message, and it's unlike anything we have ever done. So please welcome Connie Gepper to the stage from Joe My Games to tell you more about Sea of Solitude.
It's unlike anything we've ever seen before. Stick to it.
Oh, you're out of this thing.
I'm not playing that game.
Thank you, Patrick. I still remember during the pitch how enthusiastic Patrick was, and that afterwards, like, our whole team, including me, were super excited. It actually feels a little bit the same right now. I'm pretty excited, maybe a little too excited.
Oh, thanks.
Why not? How can you just run the motorway?
We are Yomai, a small indie game studio from Berlin, and we are developing Sea of Solitude.
That is literally the picture we use for motorway in the UK.
The whole journey from the very first concept to actually becoming a part of EA Originals.
Mate, that's nothing to be proud of, to be quite honest.
Let me tell you more about our game. When humans get too lonely, they turn into monsters. This is at the core of everything you will see, hear, and hopefully feel while playing SOS. What makes this underlying concept so important and so unique is that nearly every human being can at least somehow relate to or remember the feeling of being lonely. In my case, I started writing the story when I felt the loneliest in my life. I think as an artist, you process your emotional world by letting it out and putting it into your art. I'm still amazed how the concept seems to just float out of me right into the hand and onto the paper. I think this is also why so many people can instantly connect with the game, because it's not a made-up story, even though that it takes place in a fantastic setting. In SOS, we try to show how people experience different kinds of loneliness, but also how outsiders, friends, and family see those who struggle. We achieve all this in playful ways, so that players who want to simply enjoy a fantastic experience can do so. But player who wants to look a bit deeper can reveal a whole emotional world beneath it all. Sea of Solitude is about a young woman named Kay who is suffering from such strong loneliness that her inner feeling, the darkness, the anger, the hopelessness, worthlessness, turns to the outside and she becomes a monster. The game is about finding out why this happened to her, but also how to turn her back into a human. Ultimately, the goal is to bring all those emotions into balance. Some needs to become bigger, some would be still smaller, but to embrace even your destructive part or your self-doubt in the same way you embrace your joy or your hope.
This
is what being human is all about. And that's what our game is all about.
I want to play this
Thank
game.
you.
Really? the whole sea bit. Kind of. Oh wow. She's like Beast.
This world that I live in is empty and cold. The loneliness cuts me and tortures my soul.
We're gonna make it fun so that players can have a fun experience if they're not looking too deep.
Jesus, this is gonna be tough.
I've just chased you so long now. I'm too weak.
Maybe I'm not gonna play
Do you want to watch me play it?
Yeah.
This looks like it's going to be like really deep story, like you know how like Inside and all that is. Like a deeper meaning behind it, obviously. And like
Not like Maz.
yeah.
That looks good, man.
Shit out of that.
She sold the shit out of that.
Tell you what, these EA originals, they haven't had a bad one yet.
No.
It's not EA original though.
Because EA can't make good ideas.
Oh, here we go, there's another toilet break.
A little bit differently and give you your first look at a brand new mobile game in a live winner take all.
EA, come on, man! You learn your fucking lessons and do better conferences.
The objective is straightforward. Destroy the opponent's base.
Peace out, bitches.
Unit control, super simple. Just tap the destination.
In a strategy game, that flank position, that in control is going from the top side. Also very important as Nick and around the center.
Right.
Game of the year.
He's able to create a 2-on-1. Is he able to get there? Looks like he's getting there. Fires! Wow!
And Nick
Oh my god, guys!
One shot
Badge missile, little debates, oh my god!
As the next one will start to ready up and just
Yeah, but Hearthstone is good.
very heady artillery forces.
This probably you need to play to get that little buggy there. You need to pay 20 quid microtransactions. Yeah.
As the Nordic Knights forces move up towards that north.
You want tricks for your army? You don't know,
mate. To protect those as your economy allows you.
Now, if they come out and say this is completely free, no microtransactions whatsoever, I might give it a go.
In control, just spreading his forces out, trying to hold this advantage that he's had so far.
You've either got to pay for it or it has microtransactions.
But there's a great turret placement from in control. Blocking.
And now also harassing the economy of
There he
in
is.
control.
Yep. Wow. Okay, we've got our first mammoth tank on the board. If in control can get this in position, he's going to do some serious damage.
That missile just past halfway ready. He's also bringing out his first air unit
Wow.
to deal with
There's
those.
a lot going on here.
It's got a lot of range, that big boy, and in control just needs to hold.
Jeff likes his mobile games.
Going to fire.
It can be stolen at any point.
He's going to be able to get it
Yeah, so I was like, oh, is that actually a thing?
That's literally going to be our mascot for the whole thing. Oh,
that was epic.
At some point I was like, oh, what can I do to make this more entertaining?
That was awesome. Any thoughts, guys?
I just came to make mammoth tanks, so I've done my job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I'm so quite for E for it. This has been
just kill it.
apart from Unravel and that feels on the tune. This has been shit.
What do you think, Jeff?
Ladies and gentlemen, what you
Yeah,
just
what I'm
saw
waiting for.
was
That's
the
literally all I'm
worldwide
waiting for.
reveal of Command and Conquer Rivals.
Oh my god, it was Command and Conquer as well.
Wasn't it
Rivals
obvious?
reimagines the real-time strategy.
I didn't think it was. I thought it was going to be like Conquer and Command.
Players
Some kind of like rip-off.
Continuous
I
control.
didn't even know EA owned that.
Yeah,
competitive.
Well, aren't they making a new game that's not a mobile game?
By skill and
Probably
strategy.
are.
Now, Rivals will be coming to iOS and Android devices. But I'm excited to announce
Remember, the
that
big
Android
bits in
players
gaming.
can play the pre-alpha
Oh, I
today.
thought he was going to say there's a new
So head to the
Command
Google
and
Play
Conquer.
Store, search Command and Conquer
Oh
Rivals.
my god.
The studio has been having an absolute blast playing this game, and we can't wait for you to play. Please let us know what you think. Thank you.
Remember, the big things in gaming now, console and mobile games.
Oh, what's this? This Anthem. No. Could be actually. What the fuck's this?
Oh, she's got something weird on her hand.
What should be a mobile game?
Probably.
Look, I think this is Command and Conquer. This is the trailer for it.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
This looks good.
Yeah, because it's not gameplay, Chris, that's why.
That's Artemis. That's legit Artemis who looks like her.
I'm pretty sure she's got Tiberian poison, that's what that thing on her hand is.
If I could play like
Yeah,
this.
Chris, she's got Tiberian poisoning. Come on now.
I think it's Tiberian. I think that's what it's called.
Actually, it's like
It's there.
Oh, that's cheating. It's that thing from
It's a fresher mole from that
Nah, it's the thing from what's that game that was
Shut up, your character.
Oh, he's gonna come wreck them all. No Man's Sky, that thing that was from. The one thing that no one found, that was always in the trailer.
Command and Conquer for a new generation. Now, before we close the show with a spectacular epic anthem, I wanted to share a few final things.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to be able to work with some of the most creative people on the planet who come to work every day to create amazing entertainment. And what I can say about all of those teams, and what I can say about us, is that we are always trying to learn and listen and strive to be better.
They're trying, but obviously they're not
as
getting
you look
it.
at the 10 experiences that you're going to see today, and as you play games this week, there's some things we hope come through. First, that at the very core is choice. Is that you as players get to choose how you play, what you play, when you play, and what devices you play on. That in making those choices, you feel you are treated fairly. That no one is given an unfair advantage or disadvantage for how they choose to play. That for every moment that you invest, we know that you put so much of your life into the games we make, and that for every moment that you invest, you feel like you are rewarded and you are given value.
So is he going to give me back
for
40
that
hours of my life I put in Andromeda before he decided to cut it and forget it ever happened?
That we move past the grind, and that these are experiences that truly enhance your lives. And so, as we think through all the things that we're trying to do, know that we want to be better and that we want to make great games. And that as much as we love making games, and as much as you love playing,
we also love making money.
We can do together. The power of this community when we come together to do amazing things is profound. Last weekend was the 3rd year of our Play to Give program, where we... Now, without further ado, let's take a look at Anthem.
Anthem's a new
This is the game we're putting all our eggs into one basket for, because literally we have nothing else to show.
Vanished.
Oh.
And left our world in chaos. Creating. Altering. Destroying. The Anthem is all that remains.
Oh. Also, Anthem's the place.
I think so.
Oh, you got...
These walls can't protect us forever.
It's Attack on Titan, literally. This has got major Destiny vibes.
Dad, actually.
Something is out there. It wants to destroy us all.
You won't find it where it is until the end of the game.
That's cool. Get on, Genji.
Very good. I just realised what this is.
Oh no, I've just realised the music.
Not him. He won't be.
What's that I do? Oh my gosh. Poor Genji saved her. That's cool. It's literally Attack on Titan.
Please tell us we're getting gameplay though, come on. You gave us gameplay last year.
Attack on Titan Destiny style.
Yeah, literally. The ultimate mashup. The most ambitious crossover. Oh, look at them with the classes, yeah.
I might have to play the super heavy one, just because it looks more like a mech.
Just because he's got a cape.
I want to be the pro Genji one.
Go for it, Kate.
I'll be the war one, the Aquaman version.
Oh my god.
Now it's got like superhero music to it, you know.
Cool. That looks good.
Oh, they're coming out with 4 of the stars.
You guys have seen it.
Who's going to star in it?
And it's still
Is it
cool
4
every
player
time
co-op
I see
then?
it.
As opposed to 3 like Destiny. Thank God, because 3 is a weird number.
Questions about Anthem since last year because we're all BioWare fans. So we're gonna do something.
Yeah, boy. She's just there, like, give me that sweet ass Dragon Age.
Dive into Anthem. So I'm gonna bring out some members of the BioWare team to chat with us. Ladies and
Crazy.
gentlemen, give a warm welcome to Casey Hudson,
in one of the
Mark
podcasts
Dara,
that
and
he
Kathleen Rutzard.
Right.
Like.
Oh, I thought you were going to bring out who's actually in it. Oh, Casey Hudson, of course she's involved. She only just come back though. Or is it a he? It's a he.
All right, thanks guys. Thanks for coming out today. Just got a little game to show, right? Yep.
Let's
It's going to be very exciting. So, Casey, we're going to go ahead and just jump right in and get started with you.
I like her
so
jacket
now,
too.
we know that you
I'm liking this whole ensemble that she's got going on.
your career at BioWare way back in the day, but you took a couple years off. But before you came back, you actually worked on Anthem.
Yeah, that's when Andromeda came out.
Yeah,
Those
that's
couple of
right.
years
So, you know, first of all, it's amazing to be back. It's awesome to be making games for
Good
BioWare
games again.
fans. You know, we have the best fans. So it's been super satisfying to come back to it, and you know, I just want to be able to continue the legacy of the studio, and that's kind of where it started with Anthem, is just thinking about, you know, what is the evolution of a BioWare game, and we wanted to create a brand new world for people to discover, you know, a whole new world of story and character, but we also wanted to do something that was, you know, more of a dynamic and living world, a game that would change every time you came back and played it. We also wanted to do something where, you know, if you wanted to invite your friends into it, then you could do that as well. So that was really the initial vision of the game, not an MMO, not a multiplayer game with story sort of bolted on this side, but something new and different, and I think the team has really captured that vision over the years.
Your fans really love the stories from BioWare, but I think we're kind of curious how you're planning to make story work in this shared world.
So a great story for BioWare is really about characters that you can have a connection with, choices you get to make, and feeling like the story's about you. In a lot of multiplayer games, those things get diluted because you're mixing multiplayer and storytelling into the same areas. Now you can build a solution to that, but you have to really build it into the core of the game.
If anyone can do it, it's
That's what we tried to do with Anthem. It's what we call our world, my story. So when you're out in the open world, the world is really dangerous and you're focused on your mission. And this is where other players get to play with you. The thing that's really interesting about this, it's unique for Anthem, is that this is a living shared world. So whether there's weather or
it's always raining if everyone's on
what we're experiencing, we're experiencing together. Everyone that's playing Anthem at a moment is seeing the same thing.
Oh.
And this is what we mean when we talk about our world. It's a shared world that we all experience together. But then when I finish my mission, I come back to a base like Fort Tarsus. And this is a single-player experience. I turn in my rewards, I talk to some characters, I experience the choices of my action. And this is where your story really lives and breathes.
That makes sense.
And by doing it this way, we're able to combine that impact and agency of a single-player story with the fun of teaming up with friends to play co-op in combat.
And we're also designing it so that we can add story for years to come. So one of the first things that we hear when, from our community is they want to continue to play in our worlds. When they've finished Mass Effect or Dragon Age, players want more story. And so we've designed Anthem in a way that we can actually add more story for years to come. And it could be anything. A new moment with a character that you've grown to love, or
Shepard comes back from the dead like Space Jesus just to bring back into the
lore
forefront of gaming.
Don't, they'd fucking do it as well.
That'd do that
I'm
anyway.
certainly not going to complain about more story. I don't think anybody out there is going to either. So Kathleen, I wanted to ask you, from a writing perspective, since you are the lead writer, can you speak to what it's like to create a new world like Anthem from the beginning?
Well, what's really exciting for us, and not just the writers, but all of the devs, the designers, the artists, is that we're creating something new and mysterious for players.
They all played Destiny and was like, hang on.
So at the heart of the premise of Anthem is a world left unfinished by the gods. But the gods left behind their massive tools, and those tools are in constant conflict with this unknowable force called the Anthem of Creation. And the chaos of those things pushing against each other means that the world is constantly being reshaped in new and unpredictable ways.
Yeah, violent storms, mutated creatures, gigantic monsters. It's a dangerous environment that you need to wear a suit of powered armor, a javelin, to be safe in.
Now, something I think a lot of players out there maybe don't stop to think about is just how much work goes into creating a new intellectual property, or IP, as we've been saying. Now, you know, we've seen all these different creatures, and Mark, you mentioned the storms. What's the process of creating a game like from scratch?
Yeah, it's something we've done a few times at BioWare.
Not bragging,
really
but
the hardest part is getting started, just kind of getting off the blank page. So what we try to do is we think about the new experiences that we're trying to unlock for players. So like, what is the fantasy fulfillment? What are the new things you actually get to go and do that are different from what you've played before? So that's where we start, and then once we think about those things, that's the power of creating new IP, especially for games, is that you actually get to build a whole fictional universe that's meant to bring out a certain experience. And then once we do that, then we still need to build all the rest of the stuff, and what unlocks us creatively is to think about like principles around art style, tone, and even the technology and the politics of our new world. And then from there we can actually go into every last detail.
It looks like
and one of the unique
that looks too big to fly.
Anthem is that
that looks too big to fly, doesn't it?
World's an experience that's meant to feel alive, like it's happening right now. And so the world is always changing, whether the storms, seasons, and it's a really great concept to write for. Because what it means is it gives us the opportunity to drop into the world, almost in real time, a dramatic event that changes the world for everyone. And that could be anything from gameplay to lore.
I mean, all of the moving parts in the dynamic world sound really cool, the way that they sound like they're going to come together. But even though there's obviously a lot going on, it really all comes back to your character. So let's talk about who we're going to be playing as and why we're fighting these
God, she's got the good questions lined up. She's asking the important questions.
Uniquely skilled to pilot these Javelin exo suits.
Convenient.
And you need those suits to survive.
Do you know what them suits are?
In this
world,
world, because the world will kill you. But on top of that, our ancient rivals, the Dominion, have they've discovered a way, they think, to weaponize the Anthem of creation, and so we need to stop them and protect the people of Tartarus.
Vision.
Now, I've heard you call this power armor a couple different things. Is it a suit? Is it a javelin? Like, what's the canon term here?
We call them javelins, and there are 4, and they each have unique abilities. There's the Ranger, and then there's the Colossus, the Interceptor, and finally the Storm.
I'll be Storm.
So each javelin gives you a different way to play the game. But the thing to remember is, like Kathleen said, you're not your suit. You are a freelancer, a pilot, which means you can decide which suit you want to use based on your mood, based on the mission you want to engage in, or the javelins that your friends are using. So really what this allows us to do is we built the suits to look like they're built from the materials of the world. So they each have their own unique abilities. So let's take a look at the Ranger now. The Ranger is a more generalized suit, able to do a lot of different things. Really designed for up close and personal combat, one-on-one for the most part. The Colossus is heavier, more specialized, but able to really pack in big weapons that let them devastate the battlefield.
Nice. Whoa.
I'm just going to say the Storm looks like it's going to be my favorite. I'm sure you guys out there are taking your faves right now, too.
Getting to see the Storm.
So the javelins look awesome, but we're going to take a couple questions right now. So Casey tweeted, some of you may have seen, asking for people out there to send us your questions. And the first one is going to be from @It'sSweetNicole, who asks, as a player who is all about making their character their own, what kind of customization options will be available in Anthem?
These people have got
so we really want players to express themselves, both with javelin plays through gear and weapons, but also being able to personalize the way that it looks.
What about your
paint
actual
jobs as well as changing the actual geometry of the suit.
Anyone else see the N7
well, and because you're going to be using a javelin for a long period of time, we really want you to be able to make it your own.
I'm glad you brought that up, because actually, Jay Legato has a question connected to customization. Monetization. How, when, loot box, cosmetics.
We are going to have some cosmetics and vanity items that you'll be able to purchase, but you're always going to know what you're going to buy before you spend any money on it. So no ability to pay for power. So that means no ability to spend money on gameplay advantage at all within Anthem. But even more important than that, we want to make sure that Anthem is an immersive experience that feels like it's complete from the get-go. So that means a main story, a big open world, and an ongoing service that provides new content for a long period of time. New story, new experiences for everyone.
Well, I'm glad to hear that I can make my javelin pink. That's really all I wanted to know, I'm going to be honest. All right, Casey. We talked earlier about this being a co-op experience. So can you tell me a little bit about how the team gameplay in Anthem works?
We all just took a hit.
It really is about the fun of teaming up as a team of superheroes and working together. So You want to get a few people together of different classes. So, you know, I think here we're going to see the Colossus.
But when Elliot was the only person to warlock in Destiny, and it was just him on the, like no one else at all.
Heavy artillery, being really strong,
You
you know,
used
in
to
melee
be him.
combat. And then here you've got the Ranger shooting down from above.
I hate that. I don't like that.
Combos and special abilities.
I don't like when it comes with combo.
What I love is you don't just run around, you're swimming and flying as well.
Yeah, see, that's it. I'm going to have
okay, we'll just put you
Because
can stay at the top.
the Sleep Tones wants to know, how will you balance multiplayer with single-player storytelling?
So Anthem's really built around trying to combine the impact of having your own personal story with the fun of playing with other players.
Your friends just won't be able
but
to
we
enter
really
there.
want to make
Simple
sure
as.
that playing with other people feels like a choice. So for people that want to just experience the story, you're going to be able to do that. Now going out into an open world like this by yourself is going to be a little bit more challenging than if the team of 4 people. And we've really tried to balance the co-op experience to be fun even for people that don't normally engage in this kind of thing. So I really hope that everyone at least gives co-op a try.
Okay, that's good to know. If you want to roll solo, you can, but it's just going to be a little bit more difficult. Well, I know you all are on the edges of your
That doesn't
seats.
really make sense.
How about we show a little gameplay?
I can't change the enemy types.
Yeah? You guys want that?
Because it's a
All
shared
right,
world.
so Kathy, I think you're going to set this up for us?
I will. So,
considering Boaz
you
will wait the
and
right
your
single
friends
player,
have decided
that's a
to
bit-
play a mission called Scars and Villainy. The Scars have put together an acid-based super weapon, so you got to take them out. So you start in the Strider, which is like a giant walker, and it's your forward base of operations. You have a conversation with your crew, Halleck, Faye, and Owen, and you'll hear Owen. He's going to talk us through the mission as we experience it here. And yeah, then you just get into your javelin suit and you head out with your friends.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark, Casey, Kathleen, for talking to me about Anthem today. We're going to go ahead and roll the gameplay now. Enjoy, everybody.
Better be goddamn good.
I don't know. It looks good, but I don't know. Monster Hunter, tag yourself. Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter, Destiny.
Let's make them not look like the Star Wars one by giving them weird feet.
Freelancer, time to get to work.
Faye said these bastards made some kind of acid. They're using it as a weapon. So, find where they're making this garbage and shut it all down.
That's a lady.
It's weird to get into though. Oh no, we're not getting the single player story now. That's got to have an impact when it hits the ground.
They have shown the impact when it hit the ground.
I want to see it has a different impact in terms of like.
Can you fly continuously?
What it does.
Looks like it. Can you shoot your weapons while you're flying?
Owen?
Probably some of them.
Picking up loads of scars nearby. Take a look around the area, but be careful.
Literally, I was just thinking that.
Yeah, it's a separate guy though, isn't it? Actually from the ship talking to it.
That was dramatic.
Look at everyone using the same stuff because they haven't finished the others.
Looks like Destiny mixed with the Division. And
oh!
That was good.
Right. Checking out the Scar Camp some more.
Look at all the weapons! Oh, and the turrets! Better move quickly.
So we're going to try and work out who that is. It's not Troy Baker, it's not. No, it's too British.
Ancient Guardian.
Shadow Colossus. Shadow Colossus Destiny.
It does look like a lot of other games have mushed, doesn't it?
That's a world event, okay then, so
that's what
that's there for
do.
everyone.
Forget this noise.
If he gets attacked, then I'll get you a full attack. You'll just have to take the long way around.
No.
See, I'll do that, I'll just die then.
Can't you just shoot it?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Set it
thinking.
up, that's what I thought he was going to do.
Oh, you got bullets, so remember. Look, I think you can run out of bullets.
You haven't got
limited.
Oh. Shake relic. Wait, something's odd. Get a closer look, would you? See those radiant pieces of energy? They're echoes from the Anthem of Creation. Loads of scars nearby. Be careful.
Have you noticed what I haven't done?
What?
Putting that stupid talk like I got like what they did last time and everyone complained about it and they were talking to each other like no one does.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's gonna sick. Oh, that's not as good as I thought. It's May. I'll be in that one. don't like that combo thing coming up.
Return them to the relic. You've got to silence it
Oh, this is
fast.
Storm, dude. Vision, this is Vision, basically.
It's got silence. Disaster averted. Do you think we get a bonus for... Wait, something's happening.
That's nice. Someone's coming.
What the hell was that?
I think that was whatever laid all the eggs around here. The sound came from below your position.
It's the, what's that spider called in Mass Effect?
On the plus side, this definitely counts toward
Ah,
hazard
you
pay.
mean Andromeda, the beast?
There's a tremendous acid gunk leading down. Follow it.
Ragnar.
We should find the source.
I'm bagsing that guy because he...
It doesn't matter, you can beat everyone.
Oh yeah?
You can just change your suit, can't
You'll
you?
probably start off with one, then you might have to make the others or something.
No, you know what it is. You'll find a hack. You'll have a favourite suit in terms of
Yeah.
what you put most of your resources into upgrading and stuff.
That's cool, man, that goes.
Oh shit. Oh! Nope. I'll be like, I'm out, guys.
Fuck is that?
I need balls.
That's what you shoot.
They haven't really shown us much more there.
Nah, I'm sceptical, to be honest.
Like, I'm interested.
How cool was that? I'm so hyped, you guys.
Yep, and that was actually just a short version of the full demo that we brought here to LA. So if you want to
we're playing it in
come by
September,
the Anthem Theater
actually.
here at EA Play, you can check out the game live.
So I'm sure the question on everyone's minds, when do we get to play?
So Anthem comes out February 22nd.
Oh, fuck you, days gone. That's the exact same day.
One, PlayStation 4 and PC.
So mark your calendars, everybody. Fire off your tweets. Thank you so much again to Casey and the entire BioWare team. I know you guys had that awesome theater outside.
That's bad for days gone. That's so bad for days gone.
Everybody.
You got another reveal for us, love.
I also want to give a big thank you to all of the developers who showcased their games today and everybody working hard at their studios back home around the world. Let's give them all a round of applause.
Yeah,
now,
Yarny.
some of what you saw today, you guys have to wait to play. But you guys, EA has so much available right now. Now, for those of you keeping score, you can get your free trial of FIFA 18's World Cup today. And Andrew told us about the free trial of Origin Access. Yarny is back with a buddy in Unravel 2, which is also available today. Plus, you can take on your friends in Command & Conquer Rivals.
That's what I care
starting
about.
today.
That's literally the only thing I'm hyped for in this conference is Yarny.
A lot of available stuff that's out today. Is anybody ready to go home and download anything? No? You're like, I just want to go outside into the fan fest. I get it. So, I want to let you guys know to keep your streams going because in just a few moments, the FIFA 18 World Cup
we'll turn this off.
begin. I'm going to head outside and
Nobody
check out the games,
cares.
but I want to thank everybody for coming down to EA Play today and watching the press conference, and have a great weekend.
What disappointment.
It was pretty bad, wasn't it, really?
That
like, the two indie games was the best part.
Anthem looks good, but...
Is it gonna be good though? Like, there's something about it, and now like, there's something iffy about it.
Well, there's an extended demo that people are probably playing there, so I'm assuming people will be streaming that
Maybe, or like, at least we'll hear what people think of it now, like after they've played it. That was a disappointing conference. That's worse than last year's conference. At least it was stuff I was hyped about last year. I mean, one of the most hyped moments was when he said you can play as a Jedi in that game that he didn't even show.
Like you argued on that.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, that was hype, but...
Bye guys.
Bye.
Welcome back to the stream now.
If you like that video and want to see more like it, then click this playlist button here. If you happen to want to subscribe to us and check out all our content, then click this amazing, sexy button right here. Look how enticing it is. You know you want to click it. And if you're already subscribed to us, well then you are already an awesome human being.